Hello students, we will continue the Merchant of Venice Act 4 Scene 1 Part 8. So in the previous scenes we have already discussed that how the Duke of Venice and Antonio had shown mercies or kindness on Shylock, and now Shylock is a broken man. Now here students, you have to remember there is a contrast that how Shylock was in the beginning of the trial scene and now what is his condition in the trial scene at the end of the scene. So now he is a broken man and he is asking pardon, and not only pardon, he is asking the Duke, requesting the Duke to take his life, because Shylock's life is dependent on money and property, and without all these things he is nothing better than a dead person. So Portia asked him to request the Duke and Antonio for mercy, and we will continue from here. Shylock is praying to let him go from there because he is not feeling well, and is requesting the Duke to send him the bond or the deal, and he would sign it afterward. So Duke ordered him that he may go, but he has to sign the bond. Now again Gratiano's bitter remarks for Shylock on about his baptism. So here what Gratiano is saying: in christening shalt thou have 2 godfathers. Had I been judge, thou shouldest have had 10 more to bring thee to the gallows, not to the font. Now underline the word font first. Font means a bowl on a raised platform containing holy water for the ceremony of baptism. So what Gratiano is saying here, that it is a sarcastic remark, it's a bitter remark. He said that when Shylock would be baptized, then he would have 2 godfathers. It's a biblical reference that when somebody is baptizing, then 2 persons, 2 godfathers are there to judge them. But if Gratiano were his judge in the jury, then he should have he would have arranged more for 10 more to take him to the gallows, not to the font, not to the place for baptizing ceremony or for the christening ceremony. Now here you will find that a little conversation between Duke and Portia, because the Duke of Venice was very pleased at the thought process of Portia and how she very cleverly and wisely dealt the case. So the Duke is humbly inviting Portia, cross-dressed as Balthazar, to come to his house and for dinner. Portia, I humbly do desire your grace of pardon, means she humbly requests the Duke to excuse her because she has to leave to Padua that night, because it's very important to start soon. Duke, I am sorry that your leisure serves you not, means he feels sorry that Portia is unable to attain the dinner invitation of the Duke. That is why he is feeling very sorry. Now Duke, Magnificus and other attendants left the place. Now Bassanio, most worthy gentleman, I and my friend have by your wisdom been by this day acquainted or grievous penalties, in lieu whereof 3,000 ducats due unto the Jew. Now what Bassanio is saying, so Bassanio was very glad and addressing Portia as the most worthiest person, and due to his wisdom, how she saved from that terrible legal penalties. So out of gratitude, to show their gratitude, Bassanio and Antonio want to offer to pay them 3,000 ducats, which they vote to the Jew, and they are willing to pay Portia for her kind service. Antonio, and stand indebted over and above. Now over and above this, we will always remain indebted to you for your love and service, because Antonio was much overwhelmed at the service rendered by Portia. Portia, he is well paid, that is well satisfied, and I delivering you am satisfied. My mind was never yet more mercenary, means money minded. So here these lines are very important. Here actually Portia says that she has already served justice in the court of Duke and saved Antonio's life. And when Bassanio and Antonio asked Portia for the fee, she spoke that saving Antonio from the cruel Jew was only the greatest reward for her. So we know, because Portia has saved the life of Antonio, who is her husband's best friend. So this was her satisfaction, and she is not at all interested in money. I pray you know me when we meet again. I wish you well, and so I take my leave. Now this line is something very ironic and interesting. Underline this one, know me when we meet again. Here Portia wants Bassanio to recognize her when they meet again. So it is an ironic comment, because Portia is cross-dressed as Balthazar, and Bassanio did not recognize that that young lawyer is Portia herself. Bassanio, dear sir, of force I must attempt your father, take some remembrance of us. So here Bassanio is requesting Portia to accept some remembrance as a tribute, as a sign of their gratitude, and not as a fee, and requests her not to deny him and to asking pardon from her. Portia, you press me far, means if you urge me, if you request me, if you force me, then I will accept something, means I am not going to refuse. So from Antonio, what she asked, give me your gloves, I will wear them. And to Bassanio, for your love I take this ring from you. Do not draw back your hand, I will take no more, and you in love shall not deny me this. Now Portia is playing a small game with Bassanio, and she immediately asked for the ring. And we all know that Bassanio had already promised to Portia that he would never get parted with the ring. So now Bassanio has some emotional attachment, valuable emotional attachment to the ring, and how could he get parted with this? Bassanio, this ring, good sir, alas. Now he was surprised that Portia asked for the same ring. It's a trifle, means it's of less value. I will not shame myself to give you this. I don't want to be ashamed by giving this small insignificant gift. Portia, I will have nothing else but this, and now methinks I have a mind to make it. Now Portia is determined to accept only the ring. Now Bassanio, there more depends on this than on the value. Now Bassanio says that it is the first token of love from his wife Portia, and he has promised never to part with it. Now how Portia feels, I see, sir, you are liberal in offers. You taught me first to beg, and now methinks you teach me how a beggar should be answered. So now what Portia is saying, that Portia said that now she has made up her mind and a liking for the ring, but Bassanio is only liberal in making offers but not in fulfilling them. Bassanio first taught Portia to beg, and now when she is eager to get that ring as a gift or as a token of love, now Bassanio is denying to get parted from that ring. So the promise that Bassanio has done to his wife, that he would never part with the gift, is only an excuse according to Portia. Portia also added that if Bassanio's wife is a very sincere woman, she is not mad, then when she will come to know that why you parted from the ring, she would not be annoyed or she would not feel angry, but she would rather be very glad at Bassanio's act. Antonio, my lord Bassanio, let him have the ring. Saying this, Portia and Nerissa exit from the place, and Antonio is asking Bassanio to let him the ring and let Balthazar be happy for his service he rendered. Now Bassanio, go Gratiano, run and overtake him, give him the ring and bring him, if you canst, unto Antonio's house. Away, make haste. So now Bassanio ordered Gratiano to run with the ring and to give it to Portia, cross-dressed as Balthazar, and if he could bring him back to Antonio's house. And then they exit from there. Bassanio is asking Antonio to be hurry, let them go to house, and because early in the morning they have to rush to Belmont. So students, this scene, the most important scene, I should not say that just depend on Act 4 Scene 1. Almost all the scenes are very, very important. Act 1, all the scenes, all the 3 casket scenes, the ring scene, all these scenes are very, very important. But go through it properly, and if you have any doubt, please feel free to ask me, and I shall continue the last scene, Act 4 Scene 2, in my next video. Thank you.